F. Thank you so much, Fletch Boost. So big massive welcome everyone here today for Formula Simracing PreSeason test number 4. We are attacking the track. We have some breakfast racing for you guys in rFactor 2. Yes, big F. So big F. rFactor 2 FSR 2020 car here at Suzuka. We are on the base set really because the physics have changed in various types and various ways. So here we go. We are back on the track. Coming up here. Oh, I can see where this is going already. Well, this is wrong, whatever it is. Could you believe that just... You know, just getting on with... was it... Oh, me stupid idiot. I think... I accidentally... Bear with me. Oh, I accidentally used the Logitech, not the Logitech, the rFactor 2 profile for racing race room competition, the qualifying for the ADAC GT Masters, and I forgot to turn it back. That is a lot better. Yep, alright, here we go, finally we can go. I want to start with the hard tire compound though and activate some other app. Right, sorry boys. Yes, I had enough time to prepare that morning. One would think so at least. Martin, I'm good, thank you. How about you? So, classic Suzuka circuit. Very fast corners that require a good weight transfer on the car. So a car that's not stepping out when you drive left to right. We just got into GT Sport. So is that, wait, was that PlayStation GT Sport, or was that Windows Xbox or Windows App Store? I can't remember. No, Forza 7 was that Windows thing, right? So today I'm expecting intense racing again. It's a track like Malaysia, I think. Good overtaking possibilities, you would think. However, I'm not quite sure how long the back straight really is. Could potentially be that the final chicane is the best overtaking spot. 130R, flat out, no problem, even with a hard tire and massive fuel in the tank. Oh dear. So the reason why we call this stream Attack the Track is we have to attack it. As simple as that. So here's the RS. We need to come down, get ready, dial in with a set, see how we can drive the corners, see where the limits are. So really attacking the track to its limits. As simple as that. Sounds a bit more dramatic obviously than it actually is, but I guess you guys are fairly aware of what I mean. And as you can see, oops, yeah, that is one of the things that the setup should not do. Well, those tires are dead. And it's already a good indication to see which direction to go, really. So what we're gonna do is we're adjusting the front wing a little bit, changing aerodynamics. So the car is a little bit more understeery. Beyond that, I have closed the differential, as the differential would prevent the oversteer moment a little more. So a little less on throttle rotation, hopefully not resulting into a spin. Obviously, this elevation change here makes the car go light when it comes up on the hill. Therefore the rear end stepped out. Could also be just the yeah, typical track characteristic that made the car spin here. Same as that the car becomes loose out of this hairpin. At least it was last year the case. So maybe it's not this time around. Anyway, big massive good morning to all of you. Hope you had a good weekend so far. Happy Saturday. Can't wait to race here tonight. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Suzuka, however, the past two tracks we were racing on, they haven't been that much fun, so I'm looking forward to a proper racetrack where I think a good setup, good driving style, and not trying to maximize everything on the boost button will create some overtaking. However, once again, it needs to be said, that this may not even happen. Also, for this track there are two different type of setup philosophies that can be followed. On the one hand, you may want to run pretty high wings to be lightning quick in sector 1, where all the SSR around Degner 1, Degner 2 and the round spoon corner here. The more downforce you got, the more cornering, the more higher cornering speeds you can run through them without, you know, entirely killing the tires. However, with high wings, you'd be a sitting duck here on the straights, and I've raced both of the possible philosophies, because the other possible philosophy is the fact that you run pretty low wings as you want to maximize the top speed and your overtaking possibilities through 130 yards, as long as you can keep that flat out and on the main straight. Obviously now with the current wing settings without DRS, we're reaching 313 down into turn 1. Whether that be fast or not, I have no real idea, because it is actually here where the aerodynamical setup and the suspension has to work a damn lot, and can make you really quick. However, once again, the time loss you may have with lower wings compared to the time gain over the higher wings on the main straights could be higher. So that is the reason why there are two different possibilities. We saw this with Ferrari and Mercedes last year here, where Mercedes was absolutely lightning in the first sector. There was no one else that could beat Mercedes in there. However, on the main straights, the Ferrari has been so quick that the Mercedes, despite DRS and slipstream, wasn't able to catch the Ferrari. And that is the exact thing of having two different types of philosophies. One another track that is very classical for, or very typical for two strategy or two setup philosophies is Spa-Francorchamps, where first sector and third sector are basically like Monza, minimum wing required, but the middle sector, the more wing you run there, the more quick you are. You've hurt your leg a few days ago. Wait, are you? Please tell me you're doing Gran Turismo with a wheel rather than a gamepad. Going through the S's here. Car is not really the way I want to have it. Yep, because you see it is quite sliding around. MVC pattern, a big massive thank you for the follow that morning here on the Twitch channel. Welcome to the crew, welcome to the crowd, welcome to the community. Enjoy your time here. So despite the car is fairly balanced in low speed corners, and those mid to average speed corners, the car is it is a bit loosey in the back, I want to say. You see that the rear end is dancing a little. You see me, oh damn it, correcting on the wheel, capping it out of the barrier here, but the tires are dead again. You're on a freaking pad. Are you freaking sure, Martin? That quite shocks me, I have to say. Let's see what the car is able to do then with DRS before we pull over to pit road. DRS wide open from here. So instead of 313, we're going to do 325. Okay, so let me see what I can do on the set then. Don Pettyhon, hey there, which do you like more, iRacing or rFactor 2? I'm still a massive rFactor 2 guy, I can't help it. I know that several people are more of a iRacing type of racer, but for me it's still rFactor 2. I just do love the physics more, the drivability of the sim, how it feels, how it yeah, how the physics have been done. Just love it a lot more compared to iRacing, but yeah, that is, you know, it is all just personal liking. Okay, Martin, that is a valid excuse. That is a really valid excuse. Golfline. That is a tongue breaker, mate, but big massive thank you for following up here on the Twitch channel that morning. Hope you enjoy your stay. Alright, so you won't be able to see what I'm doing here since I'm already starting to gather some information towards this year's car setup work, but I'm gonna tell you what I do. In order to get the rear end more balanced, I am softening the rear suspension, so the rear torsion bar rate. I am also increasing the negative camber on the rear tires. So because the car, you know, does this, does that, it does that movement while going through the corners, and when the tires are like this and the car moves like that, you know, the overall area where the contact between tire and track is made may be decreased. So if the tires are more like this and the car, I'm making this very over exaggerated, but just let me get this real quick. If you have negative camber like this and the car rolls in a corner and it goes like that, you know, here is just a little contact patch. However, if the camber is like that and the car moves and rolls on the axis through the corners and the tire then 100% matches the surface while being in the cornering, that means maximum grip, and this is what I'm trying to achieve. Beyond that, just personal liking things, so adjusting brake bias, adjusting brake pressure, that will be run in the future. So let's have a look. I agree, Don Petty, nothing beats those tires, and actually a big factor is that rFactor 2 tires can be understood in Motec. There's a big difference to iRacing, where I think tires are just a black box. But anyway, coming back on track now, I also closed up the differential in general even more, so both on and off throttle differential now even more close, should give more stability. So the brake bias probably too far at the back now. Yeah, way too far in the back with 51.5. So going back to like 54 maybe. 56 didn't feel too bad really. It is just, I know that 51.5 has been a very sweet spot for Zandvoort. But since we're updating physics and the balances are changing, things can be very different. Wow, Martin, I don't want you to become a pet racer, but winning 95% of your races is an awesome rate. All right. Speed shall still be the same, more or less. So speaking about top speed, cornering, the car shall be a little bit more understeering maybe, so we need to have a look how tire temperatures on the front axis go. Beyond that, the car shouldn't feel as loosey anymore around the corners, but here you see already, that was a classic understeer. Maybe tires a little cold, but overall, front end now is a little bit more lazy, with the rear suspension being softer, carrying more movement, dampening more the movement of the car. We need to see how this balance keeps over a couple of laps. Oh, I'm still on the setup progress screen, I'm sorry, thank you so much. Yeah, Martin, I hear you. I hear you very much. Sadly, I don't have a PS4, so I can't even enjoy Gran Turismo. Right, into turn 1 we go. Coming back to the comparison between iRacing and rFactor 2, I love how rFactor 2 simulates the thermal degradation on the car. So, and here you see, with our small setup changes we just did, you know, we increased the ability of the rear to carry speed through the corners, to still stay stable. And this can be easily seen. I mean, despite running off track last lap, I put in personal best, and now being, after the setup change, 3.5 tenths quicker than before, shows how the car has gained stability here, and much more thrust for me, gaining another 2/10 around Spoon Corner, being able to push the car without having to fight it on the exit, without having to really worry about that it could step out on me. So that is a big gain in trust into the car with that setup change, which obviously ultimately will boost the lap time performance. 3.5 tenths quicker, going into a 33.994. Yeah, I think Gran Turismo is, despite PlayStation, the best simulation out there. Or would you consider it being a Simcade? I have no idea. Really, I can't speak about it since I haven't played it. So yeah, coming back on the topic, thermal degradation. rFactor 2, the tire wear is being simulated in 2 ways. The one has been the standard abrasion, so when rubber rubs off on the tarmac, that is one way of degradation, and the other one is thermal degradation. So the tire's rubber is losing grip if it heats up too much over a certain period of time. That is how it is simulated here on rFactor 2, but obviously it is the very same thing in the real world. If the tire is overheating, abrasion is going up and the tire may never come back to life. So obviously that is simulated in the game, or in the simulation here as well. Coming around final turn for another improvement, 133.666. And I think now it is time to show you guys the difference between the philosophies that are possible here on setup work. And for that matter, I turn back to pit road and I go with extremely low wings. Bear with me. So here we are now with very, very, very low wings, and you guys will see the difference in the lap time over the course of the lap pretty quick. And you already will see me not having as much grip in those corners. Needing to be more patient with the car turning around. Good morning there, Ian. Welcome, buddy. It ain't the hardcore sim, it's more of a sim K. It's both sim and car elements in it. Okay, Martin, I hear you, and I absolutely accept that fact there in Gran Turismo. It is pretty much that what I think as well from this game. I think that the PlayStation engine is simply not good enough to make more of a sim. Lorenzo, good morning. Testing in the FSR car is up that morning, and we're now on a low downforce setup, and you see the issues with the braking already, being too quick, having not enough downforce. Wheel feels way more loose, the car is indeed way more loose, but you see now here on the main straight the time gain up to over a tenth and a half. Into turn 1 we go, and now see in that sector where downforce and cornering speed is required how we're going to lose time corner by corner, simply because we're not going quick enough and not being able to go quicker through it. But it may obviously be the right approach to the overall lap time. So coming out of the first sector, 1.5 tenths off the pace. Now we're at 2 tenths off the pace. The hairpin shouldn't really matter much. .2 you see there is a lot of time gain over the straight, and then we're in spoon corner with less downforce. We're losing 1.5 tenths again. However, coming back to the back straight, 2.5 tenths, we will be probably at 0 when braking for the chicane. 130 yards still flat out, and lap time wise here we're identical. A little wonky into the chicane, and you know what, we're nearly Halsmaul. 0.004 of a second, the entire same lap time. So what does that mean? Despite being a lot slower here in the corners, when no one can overtake, the overall lap time is pretty much identical, apart from 0.004 of a second. What does that mean though? With an increased top speed over the straights, people cannot attack you into turn 1 really. Oops. Yeah, but it is Toulouse. I'm running a wrong aerodynamical balance. But to come back on the fact, you are now able to not be attacked on the straights, because with that top speed simply no one can touch you, and while cornering no one can simply overtake you because of that dirty air. So with that kind of setup, you're pretty much you're gonna do everyone behind you being a sitting duck, no matter how much quicker they could do. Tony Jansen, good morning. Yes, Lorenzo, it's on the FSR server. Hey there, Martin, Antal, how you doing? So no matter what you do, you cannot be overtaken in the main straight. Theoretically, I mean, obviously you could be. However, we're gonna check now what the opposite would be. That is having massive wings on, and quite frankly, it could be obviously the other way around. It could now be the case that we are looking at incredible speed in Sector 1 that cannot be lost on the straights by us, but we will see. Remember, the reference time is still with the average wings. You should have a massive improvement coming up into Sector 1 and quite some big time loss over the straights, but we're gonna find out how hard it is really. Norman Robinson, a good morning to the Bermudas Islands. Also, Norman, could you please mail me at simracing@michi-hoyer.com, simracing@michi-hoyer.com, because I want to send you a link to our Discord channel. As you have become a member of the Patreon program, I want to send that to you. Maybe I think I can also exclude it somewhere from the Patreon control room, because you deserve that with being part of the biggest Patreon perk available. Beyond that, on YouTube we need 4 more members to unlock more emotes, and I got even 3 or maybe 4 emotes ready to be uploaded for you guys. So if you want to see more emotes, if you want to use them, make sure to check out the membership possibilities on the Michi Hoyer Sim Racing channel on YouTube, and get access to good looking badges that show your support, that displays towards everyone else that you're supporting me big time, and gain access to special emotes for memberships only. Right, high wings, also 1.5/10 time loss in the main straight, but that is already out of the speed through the cornering thanks to the high downforce, and see how much time we're gaining. Got a pace advantage in the first sector by 6.5/10, and I'll tell you what, this cannot be this cannot be outweighed by low top speed or whatever. As you see, we're gaining and gaining and gaining because there's just simply so much more grip. Spoon corner coming up, and despite really pushing the car hard around here, the car feels glued. We're gaining another 10th. And we're gonna break probably with 680 thousandths of time advantage, maybe a little less, 650, 630 at the chicane. But you know what, it's no biggie at all, because you go through that chicane, have a shorter braking zone, have no issues whatsoever on acceleration, and I crossed the line in a 132.8, and that is quite interesting that the hard downforce is working so much better. However, what has been our top speed compared to the other runs? We were 313, 314 beforehand, now doing 305. I think it is a bit overdone. Meaning, I think it is a bit too much wings though. I agree with you, Don Petty. I agree with you so much. Hence, why I am keeping the higher wing range alive. And I will just decrease the wings a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Fuel use will be too much. That is an interesting thing you say. Fuel use, and you know what? We're just going and having a look. Bear with me real quick. We are just going to have a look. See Google Drive, Racing Engineering, FSR car. We've done a lap here, and we've driver. Statistics. Oh no, it's not statistics. Damn it. Where is it? Driver. No, it's not driver. Is it engine? Wait, statistics. And then. There we go. So we had a fuel consumption of 2.80 in the 32.8, which is the high downforce package, compared to the low downforce package 2.63. So it is a valid point. What is Suzuka? 53 laps, I think. It would be enough though. The truth is somewhere in between. But I have to say, yes, the change of... I'm not sure. Have you seen this? Have you seen the screen that I just did? I guess you did. I believe though that 7 or 8 tenths quicker on a lap is worth more than the fuel advantage in the beginning of the race. Okay, you've not really seen what I did because I had the setup screen on, but it should still give you a rough idea. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a 3-stop, on a 4-stop, and tires do not really make a difference or play a huge role, then sure, go with the lower top speed because you have to do the overtaking. But other than that, I strongly recommend to not do it F. I touch that camera now. I need to stop crossing my legs. Also, we heard launch control efficiency has been changed. So we're gonna give it a go. Can't really say much on it. Alright, let's go and try to do a proper stint here on the hard tire compound. Feel free to go into discussion with me while driving. Feel free to use the chat every once in a while I'm on a straight. I'm gonna have a look, answer your questions. On that note, a big massive thank you for everyone that has watched the announcement videos, the My Questions to You videos, where we were speaking about channel content, where we were speaking about community races that may come up in the future. A big massive thank you for your interaction and for your feedback. And if you guys like what you see, I'd appreciate if you give this one a thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, fair enough, give it a thumbs down. But I would appreciate that feedback as well. Yep, Don Petty, I have added the foot cam because that was one of the feedbacks I gathered from asking the community what is the wishes of the community, what you want to see. And since I had a camera left over, I thought, yeah, why not? So, a little less wings again, not much, but just to give me the edge over things. Oh, Dean, big massive thank you for those words. Very much appreciated. Well, you guys can help making this channel more popular though. Sharing it to your friends, bring them in here. Give thumbs up, give thumbs down on the videos. Put comments in the comment area of the videos, as this is what partly drives the YouTube algorithm and ranks me higher if there's more interaction on the channel rather than just live streaming. So 3/10 off, starting with a low 33. Car is finally very much stable around those turns. What I also changed on the setup, and I didn't tell you, sorry about that, I increased the rear low speed rebound. That means that the weight will travel more slowly towards the front, keeping more weight at the rear, keeping the rear more stable through the corners, especially through the entry. and as soon as the weight comes back, then on acceleration everything's fine, the car is in a good balance. Caster is a mystery to me still. I'm very sorry about that. It has something to do, oh shit, with the geometry of the steering, or yeah, with the tires. You know, with the tires looking like this on the axis, or this on the axis, or this on the axis, and therefore the steering and turning characteristics of the car will be changed. I would need to do some research on it. I think in my setup guide, or in my setup document, how to set up the car, there is a topic about caster, but I can't remember it from the bottom of my heart what it is about exactly, so I'm very sorry for that. You gain access to this setup document when being part of the highest Patreon perk. For instance, that was a rather bad lap. I haven't found a sweet braking spot. I found that the caster setting, especially higher values, are better for slow speed turns. Well, that may just be me. The thing is, I do not know whether it has an additional effect in rFactor 2. So, and I will finish that long run after this lap and go for a low wing run again to compare tire wear, fuel consumption, stuff like that in Motec, because it's important. Hey there, Max. How you doing, buddy? Right, as indicated, back to the pits. Low wing setup again. Same other conditions. And then I need to see what lap times we do. We need to compare them. We need to look at them. There may be a possibility that in race trim, because on one lap it is quite evident. Woo. Okay, just restart again. On one lap it is pretty evident that the setup with higher wings is obviously quicker. But as Lapie has indicated, it may not be in the race. Max Dean, I think the Suzuka circuit, Hals Maul, ey. The Matsusaka circuit, I think it's called, is a workshop item, so I think it is free to gain, since it is third-party content. It's not base of the game though, but it is easy to get via the Steam Workshop. Oh, happy birthday, Max! Happy birthday! Big shout out to Max for having birthday today. Wow. Okay, I think I found the source of the issue. Aerodynamical balance is too much at the front. Yeah, that car feels a lot easier to handle. Ooh. No, no. So guys, if you want to support me, if you want to support the stream, if you want to support my channel, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow up on Twitch, and also check out the links in the description for further support, as in on social media pages. Check out Patreon program, check out the membership or the subscriber tiers on the channels to gain special access to more emotes. Check out the Discord server, where you can have access to the backstage area of the stream. Okay, nice rFactor 2 glitch. Can we stop having this, because otherwise this testing here is useless. So coming up, lower wings, 3/10 advantage into turn 1 and hashtag dead. Yeah, car is just done so damn quick, I can just start all over again. As you can see, it's not like you just put low wings and just go out and drive. Now you need to see to push boundaries. Oh, John Petty, a big massive congrats to you as well. Happy birthday to you, buddy. Is it a happy birthday stream, huh? Yep, Dean F. True that. And if you would be a member, you could type double digits, EFF, double digits, and then there would this emote come up. I'm not sure if that works. If I put that myself, maybe it does. No, it doesn't. But if you check out becoming a member on the channel, becoming a member on the stream, you will see what the perks you would receive in the specific area or in the specific amount. So feel free to check that out. Look, whoops, hey there. Stupid question, just curious, is sim racing your full-time job? No. And while living in Germany, it probably never will be. And I can quite frankly tell you why. With sim racing, I'm earning like a few hundredth a month, if you look at it on an annual note. But I already pay 500, 600 euros of rent per month to live in this flat, so you see the issue. I'm on a standard 40 hours a week, 8 to 5 job. But yeah, I'm putting in the time still. for the channel and for you guys, as sim racing is my passion, and I want to share that passion with you. I want to give you guys the opportunity to grow stronger, to learn. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm one of the best guys. By all means, that is all your decision to consider me being good or bad or whatever. But I want to give you guys the possibilities to have access to a resource. Whether it is useful or not for you is a different topic. Well, this is all just being brutally honest. Are there people that are doing this as a real life job? You probably could ask Maximilian Benecke if it's the case for him. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure he got some sponsoring deals in the back. He's also started his Twitch stream, and I think he skyrocketed. Like a month ago he had like 3,000 followers or something, and now I think he's even up to 6,000 already. But obviously he's not just good. He is statistically the best iRacer in the world, and his success obviously sells. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that he is not deserving the attention he gets. Of course he is. I mean, he's the freaking best iRacer in the world. If that is not a unique selling point, what then, or what else? Am I jealous on him? For his skills, definitely. Because between him and me there is a huge mile. And it's not like he's just doing it on iRacing, he also did it on rFactor 2 in World Fastest Gamer competition. He was right up there. So if one is doing it for a real life job, it's him. Thank you, Luke, for acknowledging I would deserve more subs, but yeah, maybe they will come. I'm just gonna keep pushing out the content, keep doing what I'm doing, and if people love what I do, then they will come and sub. I'm just enjoying myself here, having the possibility to sit in a rig like this, which is all to the community. That rig is like 90% funded by you guys, and that is a big massive effort. I'm so grateful for this, and for that matter I'm happy to go on. I'm happy to do streaming, I'm happy to do community building, to do community races, to share my thoughts, share my impressions, share my knowledge as much as I can share it, due to still being a competitive driver, so I need to sort of also take care of what I share and what not. Norbert M, my steering wheel is an Akira GP on an OSW, and the pedals are Husingfeld sprint pedals. There is a video coming up comparing this setup, so the pedals and the wheel, to a G29, what I used before. Just not quite sure when I can really start with that, or when I can finish up the B-roll and record it, because I am a big noob when it comes to recorded videos, doing reviews. The Simpit is doing such a good job there, but I need some educational lessons from him in that regard. And then obviously, as him being a reviewer, I don't want to do his job, I don't want to compete against him, because we're friends, you know. So that is fairly important to me. Turn, turn, turn. Oh, this car is so difficult to drive with the thing. Oh, thank you, Luke, for thinking that the English has improved. I'm not sure whether it has. Some people criticize me for having a weird accent going on as a German. But it is what it is. Dean. Jimmer does it full time. Well, okay, I will be bloody honest now. Ah, damn it. Yeah. That lap really doesn't count. But I just put it in and go one addition. I'll be bloody honest. Jimmy Broadband, with his 350,000 subscribers, doing a video having 12,000 views, he is just doing around 25 times the ad revenue of mine, just from having such a big community. And the ad revenue of YouTube is not really that big, but what really kicks his business on are all the little supporters he have. When he's doing a live stream, he has a few thousand people watching, mostly between 3,000 and 6,000 live. You know, every once in a while, some €2 donation, £5 donation, £10 donation, whatever. But you know, if he's doing a video, because of the sheer mass he has and the sheer content he gets out, and don't get me wrong, he's entertaining, he deserves it, absolutely, he's doing a cracking job. And also, I mean, I've seen him filming and editing in Munich for the BMW Sim Life. He's using top-notch equipment, and he absolutely deserves the audience he has. Sometimes people are a little bit too harsh with him. Looking in his chat, what some people trying to troll him and whatever. That should not be really there. But that is, yeah, sometimes the shenanigans of streaming. So he absolutely deserves it. However, if he does a video, he earns like, I'll just say 500-600 euros a day. Or maybe it is 300, but still, if it's 300, he does it 15 times in a month. That is 4,500 euros. That would be enough for me to quit my job here. But until I get 350,000 subscribers, I would need to change my content. I would need to be even more entertaining and more funny, which I'm not. It's not my real attitude. I'm here for taking things seriously. And I don't say that Jimmy Broadband doesn't do that. He did that. He did it big time in the Daytona 24. But he also can just be sitting there and joke around. My jokes are quite not funny, or not as funny as Jimmy's jokes, so yeah, blame me. Sorry, I forgot that. Anyberto, a big thank you for following up on the Twitch channel. A big massive thank you for that support. Luke Whoops, do I play iRacing 2? Yes, I do. Having about 4,100 iRating after the Sartre's race of yesterday. But yes, I do iRacing. Box, Sebastian Box. Right, it's time to have another look into the data. Yeah, Luke, you could consider him being a streamer or a YouTuber, but he's mostly doing sim racing though, so I also consider him a sim racer. Thank you, Don Petty. I appreciate that feedback on the language. So, once again, I am not sure whether you can see this different screen if I'm opening up a second desktop. Maybe I could see there on the other side. Well, my office PC is... As far as I'm aware, you can see it. Okay, great. So, we're opening up the two files again. Google Drive, Sim Racing, Engineering, FSR. And have a look. Oh, for God's sake. Can you just... Great. So, we're just comparing lap times here real quick with high downforce 33.1, 33.3, 33.7, 33.666, and with low downforce 33.7, 33.6, 33.8, 34.3. So we're doing 33.6s. Well, 2.75, 2.77, 2.74 with maximum top speed of not available, but no biggie. Speed. With a maximum top speed of 307, height 306s. So that is one thing. Looking at here, so we're using a tenth and a half less fuel. Oh, 0.12 liters, and we're about 16 kph quicker. So once again, the truth or the optimum is somewhere in between. Means we need to do more fiddling with the wing setting. We need to do more fiddling with the overall balance. But before going on with that, I will come and grab a coffee and, as indicated, show you real quick the possibilities on becoming a member here on YouTube on my channel. If you become a member of this channel, you grant access to the badges. So you grant access to those fan badges, showing your dedication, showing how long you are part of my channel, as in 3, 2, 1, and then you become, after 1 year, a full Michi supporter fan. You gain access to those emotes, the F as I indicated, Halsmaul as I indicated, all the other emotes, and we need 4 more members to increase this emoji number so that I can upload a 7th one. We got 3 different perks. Get also partly gaining access to the Patreon program. Quickly bringing up the Patreon program so you know what it is about. The Patreon program is the backstage area of my stream, giving you special access to like discounts for guided driving sessions or coachings that I do offer, access to basic setup help, exclusive Discord server areas of my personal server, and obviously we got this goal. When you reach a specific amount of support there, then we're going to host the monthly races, and also we're going to host the monthly community leagues, which will be included with giveaways and the top 3 receiving prizes like hats and all that kind of merchandise. That is about to come for the future. Anyway, coming back to the business, back into racing. Close that down and go on with the setup work here. But beyond that, I just wanted to grab the coffee. So bear with me real quick. Also a big or a little forecast of what we're going to do today. As we're doing testing for the Formula Simracing PreSeason Race number 4, that is happening today. We're going to be live at 15:30 CET, which is also, I put it down in the description of the video. The stream goes live 14:30 GMT, which is the same as 15:30 CET. We're gonna have a little qualifying at 4 CET, and then 4:30 CET we're gonna go live with racing 53 laps around the Japanese Suzuka circuit. That will be streamed full here on the channel. Beyond that, I'm trying to get a grip in Assetto Corsa Competizione again. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that today or tomorrow. We also have to do qualifying in the race room racing experience for the ADAC GT Masters Esports Series, and I hope to come up with that also today or tomorrow. So busy times. Remember, I also have to do some background office work that may occupy me so hard in the next couple of hours that I only be able to stream the preseason race today. So it's kind of 50-50 what we're going to see. Perhaps if I'm in the mood for it in the middle of the night, we're going to do stream iRacing. To be quite frankly honest, right now I'm not in the mood for iRacing because the last 3 or 4 races have gone completely wrong. And I enjoy also getting into other sim racing possibilities. Beyond that, I have to prepare for a coaching that will be conducted with John Saylor this Wednesday of the upcoming week. We're going to use Assetto Corsa Porsche 911 Cup car at Imola in the static base setup without changes. Nothing that will be streamed, but just so you are aware that I'm working in the background, conducting a coaching there for John, giving him a driving instructor lesson, which I'm still obviously offering. So if you guys are interested in getting help from me in driving, getting help for setup, getting knowledge for the sims, feel free to contact me, simracing@michi-hoyer.com. Write me an email what you need, write me an email what you want, and we're going to find a date and work together. And also, we speak about the conditions via email there. Luke Whoops, what gloves do you have? You recommend using them? Always scared at those feeling of my buttons getting a custom wheel in a couple of months, so don't want to mess that up. I was very 50-50 on using gloves, but those are field gloves. I think they are the only ones available. So that is the second generation of them already, which are really, really good. However, I also got this gloves. Those are old ones, and I'm getting new ones. # soon from Abruzzi. They will be in the second generation as well, with new grips over or new grip surfaces there on the hands. I recommend using gloves for custom wheels that got Alcantara, or in general that got some stitching on them, because when you are heavy racing, heavy fighting, yes, you get your sweaty hands, trust me, and that will also attack the material. So be aware of that. You should really, really, really use gloves for that, in my opinion, my personal opinion, as it will reduce the wear on your equipment used. Right, I have done more setup changes. Now coming up to the part where I really want to go and do a long run. And with setup changes, I mean, now I am thinking of I have found the right aerodynamical balance between top speed and no top speed. David H, good morning to you, buddy. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. So if you guys watching the stream the first time and like what you do, what we're doing here, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, follow up the channel, give a thumbs up or give a thumbs down if you dislike it. Just interact with the channel, I would appreciate that very much. What are the gloves I got? I got the field gloves that I'm racing on currently. I also received new gloves from Abruzzi. The interesting fact of the Abruzzi gloves is they are pretty cheap. They are cheaper than the field gloves, but they are 100% customized, so you can have your own design on whatever it is. The designers there at Abruzzi do whatever you wish to have there, and then you get your personal pair of Abruzzi racewear. So therefore check out www.abruzzi.co.uk and find out what they are delivering. Yeah, David, I absolutely recommend them as well. I only don't use them for one reason. To me, I received karting gloves from them as they are quite long, as you can see, which is on one hand a little too long for me, for my liking, and beyond that, the gripping glue on the first version of those gloves has been used quite a bit and therefore became a little bit worn out. I know that they fixed that for the second generation of the gloves, but either way, so we're starting this lap with a 133.7. Yeah, feel free to put that link in. I'm just not sure whether it will be accepted by the bot. Ooh, don't spin out. Yep, Luke, they are only £30. Well, Luke, have you checked out my pedal cam? The boots are absolutely lovely. They are karting boots though, but They feel like racing shoes. Thin sole, maximum feel on the pedal, lightweight, customizable design. I recommend them shoes big time. You're welcome, Luke. Yep, David, just log on rFactor 2, watch out for the FSR preseason test server, click join, wait until content is downloaded, and feel free to test. You will join the same server I am on currently. When did I start my sim racing career? There are two stories of it. Three actually. The first racing game I got has been F1 2000, back then when I was 8 years old. I played that on a keyboard. Then I got into F1 2002, got my first wheel with... Yes, also for F1 2002. It was a Cytec wheel. Nothing too glorious. And then I got into rFactor 1 in the December 2005. That was the actual start of my career. So doing this for 14 years now. Have been in private leagues until 2011, 2012 with a friend, and then entered FSR in 2014. Oh shit. I am so unsure what to really use. First time you run a sim with a wheel is a blast. Absolutely, Cocoa. I can absolutely agree to that. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm running the same freaking lap times with whatever wings. Bear with me. Modify78, a big massive thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And thank you for your support, man. Yep, Don, I have some experience, one could say. Some little. Yeah, hence that, I mean, obviously that is part of the reason why I offer my coachings to you guys, trying to get some experience over there. So I am still fishing for the right aerodynamical setup. Probably there is no right or wrong. I think we found out that whatever configuration you run. Yes, I do coaches about setup. I do coaches about how specific things of a car work. You see that Porsche in the back, maybe? And when we're doing coaching on setup, I will also record our coaching on video, and afterwards you have the chance to see the movement of the car, what it does with the dampers, with the springs attached and all that kind of stuff. You will receive the video as a consultancy report. You receive a personally written consultancy report. You drive with me around, where I'm looking at your driving lines, at your driving techniques, at certain kind of things to tell you how you can improve. Yeah, Luke, I hear you. Currently got the same troubles as well. See, what we could do as a coaching is, if you say you have a league race coming up or a specific event you want to take part in, you could name me the track, you could name me the car, and we do a testing session together after you did some practice, where you say, okay, this is my setup right now, this is how I drive, how can we improve it? That would be a session of coaching, how it will be conducted, or how it will be the most efficient for you. Dreck. Hey there, Max. How much do you strain your leg when braking? How long did you get used to it, and how does it generally affect accuracy of dosing effort? Okay, and I kind of get what you're trying, what you want to know. Okay, Luke. Yeah, that is something we can work on. Happily, those GT3 cars in iRacing are pretty strongly responding to the changes that make that are an issue for your understanding. So I can help you there quite a bit, I guess. So if you wanna know more about the coaching, just please write me an mail, simracing@michi-hoyer.com, and you will get on it, or I will come back to you shortly. Please let me know what simulation, what track you wish to run on, what car you wish to run on, what is your focus. So what do you think you do need some help on? And then I will come back to you on a proposal with an offer, and then you can accept it or decline it. So Max, speaking about the brake, how much do I strain it? Well, the current brake force, or the current brake I got is 40 kilograms, and well, you're not really straining your leg a lot. If you ever have been into a fitness center where there is a leg press, that's exactly what you do. You're basically just pushing against the wall. Obviously, I do feel a little pedal movement, which is personal liking, hence why I got 40 kilograms in. Others wish to have 90 or 100 kilograms, and they want to just press against the wall. It is a total different approach of driving compared to a G29, saying on a G29 you're adjusting your angle on how much you want to brake. Here it's more like the entire foot, the entire muscle memory, the entire muscle suspense, I want to say, if that makes some sense, that is controlling the braking. And for that, I have to say, it took me quite some weeks, and I still feel weak on the brakes. So I'm using this rig for 5 months now, but I still feel that I'm lacking a lot of time on the braking, I have to admit. Sorry. Thank you for noticing again. Yeah, my head is a little bit worn out at the minute. Thank you, Diogo. Yep, Ian, absolutely agreed. The Abruzzi store has very nice clothing possibilities there, very nice sim racing or race wear. Yep, I hear you on that, Luke. When are you getting your new stuff? Yeah, of course, I will do it also in the second half of the year. Whenever you have the time, just hit me up on the mail, or hit me up on the stream, hit me up on private messages. I don't want to discuss publicly, though, what we're doing. Not because of the reason you want to be copied, but, you know, that is individual stuff between you and me. That we're going to focus on then. It's nothing that the public needs to see. I guess you can understand Ah, simplicity. What is your age, if I may ask, Luke? Yeah, sure, Luke. Appreciate that. Also, check out the links in the description of the video. There is a Discord server. That is also a way of communicating to me rather than with email. It is just obviously whatever you like. So Max, to also answer your question finally, I'm not much straining my leg on the brake. I'm more straining my leg on the throttle there. Oh, that was stupid. So Norman, you got a question there. How much of a difference does your sitting position factor in your racing experience? Like to purchase a kit, say Series 40 degree seat instead of a GT series. Poor. I remember back then when I was on my biro chair that I was pretty much still lying in that chair with my back being somewhat in the air, if that makes sense. So just think of a standard biro chair or of a gaming chair with a race seat look. Still, my ass was sitting on the frontal edge of the seat, and my back was leaning towards, well, yeah, leaning towards the seat. But there was a hole underneath my back, where the back was like in that area with no support, with no backing support. Therefore, I consider the seating position to be very important. Also in that bucket seat I have right now, it is tilted a little bit to the back. Not really much. So the sitting position is like this angle maybe. So I'm leaning a little bit backwards. That means that the center of gravity of my hips, of the body weight, is being shifted into a different position rather than sitting straight 90-degree angle in a seat. A little bit more towards the back, and for back support I got a little pillow down there, so down in the back, that is backing up my my hips, backing up my waist, and gives it some carrying support while sitting quite comfortably in the seat. And I think that is a good position. I would not recommend to tilt it that much backwards, because remember that you still need to produce some energy, produce some force to work the pedals. It's not like I had issues with it on the play seat, you know, that F1 kind of sitting position on the F1 play seat stations you will find in one or other exhibition area. I haven't had much issues, but I'm not too sure whether I would not be worn out at the end of the day, sitting, you know, in an F1 kinda style in that car. Also giving you a brief overview over the rig so that you see the rig from a different perspective. You took the cheap option there. Yeah, okay. I hear you, buddy. I hear you on working on the cheap option. Guyan Keith, the big massive thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Welcome to it, man. A big thank you for showing your support, for subscribing here on the channel, making this community grow. And if you guys are new to it, if you're still undecided, just give it a go. Hit up the subscriber button. Give this video a thumbs up and support me. Make this community grow. Be part of it. And enjoy sim racing as we do. That would be very much appreciated, of course. So, lap 53. I need to finish that long run now, to at least have one long run done. And I also will do a long run on the softest compound, just to see the difference. But right now I think I'm on the fastest average setup that I had in the past 40 minutes. At least we are doing mid 33s. I appreciate that, Norman. Thank you, you like it. Very much appreciated. Alright, Luke. Talk to you later. Now I jinxed it, dropping into high 33s. So coming back on the performance, please. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, want to know something, don't hesitate, type in your question in the chat. Oh my god. And I'll have a look answering it. Oh god. I think I'm turning way too hard on the wheel there, especially around the low speed corners. Wow, we're nearly doing this for 2 hours. But that is how much I enjoy this car. I really enjoy it big times. I can assure you that. Way too much sliding. That will not only kill lap time, but I will kill tyre. To be honest, Norman, I do not even recognize that my monitor is curved. So, I don't know. You know, this entire curved discussion, obviously it makes sense, but I can't really tell if it is an improvement or not. I think as soon as you get used to it, everything is sort of state of the art, you know. Maybe call me ignorant on it, but yeah. Shit. Locked up twice now on this Deckner curb. Ah, Kukma. Okay, I need to type a text message real quick. Short insider had to be done. Oh, I should probably stop here because I'm getting annoyed in running hard tires. So we're gonna get on to 2 or 3 quick quali laps and finish off the stream. Gonna put you into quali view for that. So, a quali approach. As I can see, people are doing 26.5. Can I do 26.5 now? I don't think so. Maybe a low 27 at first. We'll find out. I'm gonna give it everything I got. Someone did. So you see, he had the problem we had in the beginning of the testing with the loose rear. Coming over the mountain. Right, boost 2. A 126.6. We're basically just a 10th off. Well. Let's give it another go. As I said, we're gonna go twice. This time, not from quali view. So guys, make sure to tune in when we are live for racing in 3.5 hours with the pre-season race number 4. 53 laps Suzuka. Stream goes live 15:30 CET, which is 14:30 GMT. 13-minute practice, 20 minutes quali, and then full race coming up tonight. Norman, to me, VR never has been a bro driver, because to me VR would make me feel sick to a certain extent, and beyond that, the feeling and the blurriness VR currently gives you, as it is not yet the quality we would expect. No, I don't know. I never warmed up really with VR. Alright, here we go for the second try. Let's see what we can do. Oh, fuck. Okay, we go again. We go again. Jack Leonard 12, a big thank you for following up on the Twitch channel. Welcome to the crew. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the support, man. You guys are doing an awesome job. Currently 1,085 followers there on Twitch, so soon hitting the sound barrier of 1,100. Once again, guys, if you're new to this, if you're liking what we're doing, I would appreciate so much if you follow up or subscribe to the channels. Also feel free to cross promote, so if you subscribe to YouTube, have a Twitch account, go over to Twitch, hit the follow button. I would appreciate that so much, guys. Alright, another try for qualifying. Shit. Can I make up 2.5 tenths? 2.5 tenths. I can improve it though. One and a half tenths. Yeah, I think spoon corner is an improvement worth. It's gonna be ever so close. I want to beat that 26.5. Full stop. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat that. Oh, did I move the damn cam? With the foot? Nearly did. Alright. I'll give this another go. Yeah, call me a sick hot lapper right now. Usually I do not like this too much, but the car is so fun to drive. Should probably close up DRS into turn 1, just for the safety reasons, to not spin around there like last time. And then we can do low 26s in a qualifying session. Once again, I think tonight I'm gonna start from the very back, as I want to know how dirty air that has been tweaked again feels and all that stuff. So you guys, if you tune in, you will see a lot of racing fun. At least I hope this. It is the final try though, that's for sure. As I want to have some break. Need to save some fuel, otherwise I'm running out of that again. This time we'll close DRS into turn 1. What a nice turn 1 indeed. Slipstream! Please jump out of the way. Please. Ah! Not optimal though. I think I'm gonna post this onboard lap though. That was a good one. 126.4. Alright, boys and girls, a big massive thank you for being here. Big massive thank you for sharing your time with me. Being part here for a good 2 hours stream. Guys, we will be back live with racing coming up 15:30 Central European time with the preseason race number 4 here on rFactor 2 in the Formula Simracing Championship. So car is indeed so fun to drive. If you want to try it yourself, check it out, forum.formula-simracing.net. Sign up, check out the special events thread for preseason races. Other than that, fire up your rFactor 2, go into the servers area, look for FSR preseason test server, just simply hit join, and it's FSR preseason practice, that's what the server is called. And simply click join race and wait until rFactor 2 downloads the content required for you. Take out the car yourself, turn in some laps, give up some feedback back on the forum. That will be highly appreciated, guys. Beyond that, hope to see you back later on the stream. Thank you so much for being here. If you like what you see, if you are a fan of this channel, please make sure to hit up the follow button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to give this a thumbs up if you like it, a thumbs down if you dislike it. No hard feelings, just give me some feedback, guys. Big massive thank you for being here. This is the Simpid. I'm Michi, and I see you guys. Thank you, West64, for following up on the channel, guys. That's the way to do it. Big massive thank you for your time. Big thanks for the support. This is the Simpid. I'm Michi, and I see you guys out on the track.